How do I make these the center of attention? I just finished reading We Hunt the Fly, the first one, and I just started the second one. And while I'm reading this, I can't help but wonder, you know, there's a lot of times where I think I might read words. There's a lot of times where I think I might read words and names wrong in books from other cultures. And this book is based in Arabia, if you didn't know, and I'm an Arab, or at least an Arabic speaking person. There's little controversy on whether or not Egyptians are Arab. Arabic speaking country. I grew up speaking Arabic. And so, I think, might be wrong, I'm pronouncing most of these words right. Most, because there are some that confuse me. Let's start with the names. Oh my god. As I'm editing this, I'm realizing that I didn't mention what I was gonna do. Basically, I'm just going over these names in the book for fun, going over the pronunciations, going over the meaning behind them. Zafira bint Iskandar. On the occasional good day, Zafira bint Iskandar mused that she was braver than the sun itself. Zafira, off the top of my head, I actually don't know what it means, but in the book it's mentioned it's like strong or never gives up or always wins or something like that, right? Bint is daughter of. So Zafira, daughter of Iskandar. When I was reading this, I was thinking Iskandariya, because that's like pretty close to where my family is in Egypt. Family is from in Egypt. And I was like talking about this with my mom today at suhoor, and she was like, actually, Iskandar, like, it's not, the name isn't based off of Iskandariya. Iskandariya is based off of the name. Iskandariya is Alexandria, by the way. Iskandariya is based off of the name. And it was some Greek dude named Iskandar, and that's what Iskandariya is based off of. Nasir bin Ghamir. The combination of desert heat and the wayward cold rattled Nasir's bones. Yet here he was, far from his home in Sultan's keep, the small portion of land from which the Sultan ruled Arawiya's 5 caliphates. Caliphates or caliphats is actually one of the words that I'm not sure how it's pronounced, because the AT in the end is a bit confusing, because in Arabic AT is used for plural. So if this Khalifa means city, it would be Khalifat as cities. But here the singular has the AT, so it's a bit confusing since there's an apostrophe S at the end of it. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but it's a bit confusing. My glasses keep fogging up. So Nasir means victorious. I think this was also mentioned in the book, and it's some kind of thing where Nasir and Zafira's names have the same or similar meaning. You know, Nasir means victorious, bin is son of. So previously we discussed that bint means daughter of, bin means son of, or ibn. Both work. I think it depends on the region that you're coming from. Ghamik. I literally do not know what ghamik means. I don't think it's a word in my dialect, and if it is, I never had the need to use it, so I don't know what it means. Altair al-Badawi. Altair watched with the eyes of a hawk, noting the exact movements. Wrong. Altair watched with the eyes of a hawk, noting the exact moment his words struck, before he laughed and strode down the hall with the essence. Wrong. Altair watched with the eyes of a hawk, noting the exact moment his eyes. What the heck? Altair watched with the eyes of a hawk, noting the exact moment his words struck, before he laughed and strode down the hall with the ease of a prince himself. I had a little argument with my sister, not argument, but a little squabble this morning at suhoor about how Altair's name is pronounced. And because it's an Arabic book, she was like, no, it's Altair, but I saw another Arab TikToker pronouncing it Altair, and so I can't think of an Altair sounds wrong, so. Anyways. Al-Badawi. Badawi is a name that I hear a lot in Egypt, actually. I don't know if it's based in Egypt. I don't want to make claims, but it's a name that's heard a lot in Egypt. And in the books, it's Loki did not do my research, but it exists in Egypt. Like, I recognized the name. I was like, oh my god, I know that one. I know that one, guys. I know that one. Anyway, it's mentioned in the book that Al-Badawi, so I'm not gonna make any claims, you know, but it is common in Egypt. I think it meant unknown. Like, I don't know if that's actually his last name. Kifa Darwish. I might be, or Darwish. My mom corrected me this morning when I was talking about these. Kifa Darwish. Kifa Darwish, sworn of 9 to the great Khalifa Ghada bin Jund of Pelusia, sound of the realm. Darwish is also a name that I hear a lot in Egypt, and I also don't know what it means. Love her though. Moving on. Benjamin Hadi. My mom pronounced it as Benjamin, but I was like, I don't think it's Benjamin because we have Nasir bin Ghamek, and that's spelled with an I. It's spelled B-I-N. But Benjamin or Benjamin is pronounced B-E-N. So I don't want to spread any misinformation. Benjamin. And apparently I'm going to say Benjamin. Benjamin was, or I guess Benjamin is like the historical term. Benjamin was one of the brothers of Prophet Yusuf. I think the English version is Joseph. One of the brothers of Prophet Yusuf. alayhi salam. Benjamin Hadi was no wish-granting jinn. He was vain, immortal, and from Elder Amin, a Safi. Deen Ra'ad. Deen means way of life. It could also mean religion, but it could also mean way of life. Ra'ad means lightning. I might be wrong, but the way that I learned it is Ra'ad means lightning. Deen and his sister Yasmin shared the same soft beauty. Hair that shone like burnished bronze, rounded features, warm hazel eyes. He was beautiful inside and out. And then we have Yasmin Ra'ad. Yasmin English version could be Jasmine. And it's the same quote that I have written, so I'm not going to read it again. Again, Ra'ad means lightning. Lena bint Iskandar. A fire crackled in the hearth, and Lena was sprawled across the cushions of their majlis, asleep. Lena bint Iskandar is Zafira bint Iskandar's younger sister. I don't really know what else to say because the last name I already went over with Zafira, and I don't know what the meaning of Lena is. Sultan Ghamek. There was always something Sultan Ghamek could do to make one wish he had obeyed, to make one wish for death. Oh my god. I don't know if I want to go into the cities today. Maybe I'll do a part 2. Should I? Should I do part 2 or should I stay here? You know what? Stay tuned for part 2 where I will be going over cities. Thalj, Layl, Shar, and some other words like Yalla, Sultan and Sultani, Zaim, Sukkar. Part 2. I don't know when. I'm not going to make any promises.